Hey guys, it's Ellington with the Backseat Generals. We are a group of three guys who just really enjoy playing games, especially Total War games. The other two members are Joe Onnet and Gorm Mjolnir. Their links are going to be down in the description. Um, today, today's going to be a real short one because today is just an introduction video. Just a few days ago, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition came out. And I've got to say, Age of Empires 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's what it's what I grew up on as a kid. I think I was playing that before I even ever started playing Total War. And this definitive edition, it just looks really cool, and I'm really excited to be playing it. So today I'm just going to give you a brief introduction of it and show you some comparisons between the two games. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and start with the original. So uh, here you have the original main menu for Age of Empires 2. Um, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. It's a little spread out. Up here you've got your learn to play. This is going to be what the William Wallace campaign. If you guys haven't played this game before, I would definitely suggest it. It is a great, fun game, and this is one of the little walkthroughs that teaches you the basics of the game. Here you can see it gives you a little history of each of the factions in the game, and there's a ton of them now. Um, Up here, your single player. This is where you're gonna like start playing. Starting a game just against like AI or something like that, or your campaigns. Campaigns. You got all sorts of different stuff. Joan of Arc, Genghis Khan, Saladin, Alaric. El Dorado, Dracula campaign. So those are fun little like small campaign things that they do. They're a lot of fun to go through. Standard game, you can go up to 8 people or eight AI in the standard game. Um, so over here you select all your you select your faction. Obviously who's playing. Is it an AI or is it you? And then, of course, if you guys are on teams or not, you switch it here. Um, on the right side, you can kind of basically decide if you want to play with like the original game or if you want to play with the expansions. Game type, there's all sorts of different, capture the relic. Relics are little things that are kind of hidden around the map that you can get that give you benefits. Defend the Wonder, King of the Hill, of course, Deathmatch, which is just everybody kills everybody. Regicide, which means you got to kill their king. Um, Locations, there's a lot of different locations you can pick from. A lot of different, land maps, coastal maps, river maps. And then, of course, your size. The size is all going to really depend on how many players you have. More players, bigger maps typically. And then how difficult you want your AI to be. Here's how you pick how many um, players you're going to have in it. Population used to only be 200, and now they have it all the way up to 500. Ages, so you could start at the Dark Age and you can go all the way to the Post-Imperial Age, which is like knights and paladins and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is, pretty straightforward there. Go back here. Multiplayer, something I've told a couple people about this that they're always really surprised is Age of Empires 2 has a huge online following. I mean, look at this. There's a ton of games on there. Total War unfortunately doesn't seem to have quite as many. So that's where you would go if you wanted to find games. If you wanted to create one to either, get public people or if you want to play with friends, you're going to create it right in here. Visibility, you can either public, private, or friends. And then, yeah, it's as simple as that. Let's see. So the map editor, this is where you're going to create scenarios. You can go in there and um, like literally build a game you want. You know, you put the resources down, you put the units down, you have the starting places. So that's pretty cool. I like messing with this one. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the setup for the standard Age of Empires 2. So let's go over to the definitive edition. Now look at this. This is just right off the bat, I think it's very clean. It's very bright. It's very clean. It's very straightforward. It's not quite as like scattered as the original one is. I like this because it is very, very, very straightforward. Right at the top, you got your standard games. Same setup. You know, you're basically doing the exact same thing. You're picking your civs, you're picking your game types, game modes, difficulty, how many population you want to have. Same thing. You know, that it's nice, straight and forward, but you know, once again, it is very clean, it is very bright, it's very easy to read. You know, so I really like this. Multiplayer, same thing. It's a little different in how it's like laid out, but it's basically the same setup as before. You just have to kind of, you know, go through and get the game set up. Let's see. Now, campaigns. So what I like about this is they have the tabs all like right here. So it's all broken up to the area of the world that it's in. So you go through and you pick your, you know, you pick your campaign and you start it up. So I really like that part. The art of whoops, I skipped one here. So the historical battles. This is new. So I've never seen this, and I really like it. It's basically just some famous battles from history that they try and kind of recreate, and I think that's a lot of fun. I think that could be a cool idea. I haven't tried one yet. Maybe that's an idea of something I could do. You know, let me know what you guys think. Art of War. So this is, if you guys have ever watched Age of Empires 2, like pro players, you hear a lot of words like booming or fast castle or rushing, stuff like that. But sometimes I could like, what does that mean? So this is actually a cool little like challenge thing that basically teaches you the basics of how to do those things. Now I have heard a couple, or at least I know of one pro player named the Viper, who said that there are a couple things he disagrees with in their strategy that they tell you on how to do these. Um, but for the most part, he said it sounds pretty much the way you want to start it. And then, of course, there's YouTube to figure out how to get better with it. But I think that's a cool addition to the game. Let's see. Learn to play. This is just the William Wallace campaign once again. So a lot of this game is really just reskinned. It's just, you know, the same game with a brighter, newer view to it. So I think that's one thing to keep in mind. So something I'm thinking of doing, if you guys are interested in it, I'm thinking about doing a playthrough on a campaign. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys leave some likes and comment. Let me know. Would you be interested in seeing a playthrough? And if you are interested in a playthrough, let me know which one. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an introduction to this game and let you know that I think I'm going to be doing a couple things on this, mixing it in with my Total War stuff, of course. I'll be keeping primarily Total War, but I do love this game, and I figure I would take you guys on my journey of the new game. So, like I said, like the video, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to chat with you guys. See you later.